Hello, everybody. Welcome, Game Changers and Rays of Sunshine. My name, or what Spirit has called me since my awakening in 2019, is Master Juniper Bloom Mystique. I have been taking us on an epic light healing journey, to say the least, because that's what they called it. Epic light healing journey through the return of Christ. It's been a beautiful ride. It's been amazing, but it's been tough too. These ascension energies, right? This ascension is not an easy ride. Okay. It's not for the faint of heart, right? But neither was being trapped in a false reality. It took a toll on a lot of us. And so I'm going to talk today about what's coming up this week, but what's very important right now to focus on. And number one, that is a very strong spiritual routine. Okay. I myself am a twin flame, and I've been dealing with a twin flame journey for quite some time now. And we affect each other, but it's like a mirror, so it's not always clear. And what can combat these energies and the need to fall prey to the matrix is changing from a matrix routine to a very strong, amazing spiritual routine. Okay. A spiritual routine or a high vibration routine does not mean you have to live in a beautiful mansion and have like this sanctuary, right? Because we don't all have that. How can you live in the smallest, most ghetto area and still have a disciplined spiritual routine? It's absolutely possible. Okay. So where you live, the bed you lie on doesn't necessarily matter. Does it feel good to have things and feel comfortable? Yes. And that is something you can develop, but that's a whole different conversation. To have a healthy spiritual routine, this is coming up right now because this is our key. We have to create different routines from the matrix to a spiritual one. Okay. From our compass being outside of our body to our compass now being internal. So we have to create different habits. We have to create different routines, and we need to be disciplined in that. Now, some people were already in a spiritual routine state, right? You look at all of the monks and all of these, some people who truly do live that way. So they have an easier time adjusting to these energetic shifts. But if you didn't come from a space of spirituality, which I did not. I had a psychology degree. I was navigating my life through that. So I didn't already have spiritual routines and spiritual discipline. I'm very powerful. I get what I want. So I am disciplined when I want to be, keyword. But to go from a matrix routine to a spiritual routine can be change. It can be a big change. Okay. Number one, we need to slow down. We need to understand a matrix routine from a spiritual one. In the matrix reality, we're not a lot in our bodies. We're very rushed. We have a routine. If I get up at 5 a.m., I get ready for work, I go to work, right? I make my food, I come home, I do this and I do that. And then we've learned to develop play and joy into that. And that's truly a matrix routine. But in a spiritual one, we need to slow down. We need to connect with our body. We need to set intentions every day. We need to have a sanctuary, they're saying. So a place where you can light some incense or sage, where you can calm the mind and literally set the intent to connect with spirit. Okay. So before I go any further, I want you to comment below, heart-centered. Comment that below. Create that into your reality. Let's do that. Okay. We are heart-centered. I'm going to light some black sage, and I'm just going to kind of open up our heart space a little bit right now because I don't know about you, but I need it. I've been going through a lot of rough stuff, and with my twin flame journey, I do a lot, and I can't blame him. I can only look for ways to be stronger and find more love. Okay. So I don't just do these for you. I do them for me too. So let's just take a moment. I want you to comment below. I am heart-centered. I am love. Okay. I am disciplined, but I don't mean discipline in getting the six-pack you want. I mean disciplined in spirituality. We're going to talk about that some more too. So let's just clear the space. Let's make it safe, calming, grounding several times throughout the day should be part of your spiritual routine. Meditating several times throughout the day should also be part of your spiritual routine. We'll deep dive into that a little bit more. How to be heart-centered in the new earth, right? because the energy's got me this last week or two. But with the twin flame journey, it has a tendency to do that. It's been a very long, painful journey for me. And so how do we not get burnt out? How do we not get burnt out with spirituality when there's constantly darkness trying to push against us and make us anchor into the matrix? Because that is what is falling. Okay. So there will always be a push against you doing these things because the darkness doesn't want you rising because you're their power. Okay. So without you, they have nothing. They have no power. So this is why knowing where we give our power away is very important. I'm just going to cleanse our space, our energy with this beautiful black sage that I have. Very beautiful black sage. I also hope you guys have been enjoying the 13 days of healing that I've been uploading. They are ascension based. They are meant to be consecutive. So if you do them from day 1 through day 13, that is your best outcome. That is where you will heal the most. They can tend to kick your butt at times. They can tend to take a moment to process. So just keep going with them. Okay, I hope you guys are enjoying them. Anytime you need them, go back and do them again. They were quite relevant for the ascension and for the return of Christ work. And they're free. So even when free, people still don't want to do them. That's why when God says charge now for everything that you did through the return of Christ, called the path to righteousness, I was like, okay. And some people are like, why would you charge for that? Shouldn't it be free? Sweetheart, coming from me, I can give so many things away for free and people still won't join it. It's because their shadow is too strong. So money is just energy anyways. It should never be your object of consideration or concern. That's a matrix. I'm just making sure I'm getting this good and going. I really want some black sage going through my space. So did you know the entire return of Christ went with the Hopi Blue prophecy? Yeah, my real spirit told me that as I was activating the pyramids and stuff. The language I speak is God's language. It was not here. There's different forms of light language, right? And those are usually higher beings, star seeds that come through and channel language. But mine is actual God language. We returned it during the return of Christ, so it's slightly different. The only way you're going to feel what I'm saying is when your heart is more open, okay? For those who have a big shadow or their heart is closed off in any way, they won't resonate with what I say. They won't. But that's true for everything of God, right? If your heart is closed off, you can't see it. That's why not everybody can see who I am yet. All right, you guys. So right now it's super important for myself too. So I'm going to deep dive into this with you because I falter in it too sometimes. All right. I get to in the state of the shadow or a lack of love type energy. And I get off of my routine and I don't even have the strongest spiritual routine. I'm not going to lie, because it's not what I used to do. You know what I mean? I still every now and then look for a job in my degree. These are old habits. Old habits can tend to die hard, especially in the return of Christ, when people don't recognize who I am and what I've done and don't have respect for the work. It makes me want to stop. But God says, don't do that, because my heart truly is pure and I need to make sure I'm reflecting love no matter what, because I know people can't see the truth because their heart has a shadow. So true God work is quite vast. The return of Christ is quite vast, right? And so I can't just blame people. Well, they don't see it. They don't care. What's the point? And I do want to go there sometimes. It's like if people can't respect what the return of Christ really was because it didn't fit into their expectations or a judgment standpoint, it leaves me feeling empty and heartbroken. And if they only knew how painful the twin flame journey was, and if they only knew what it took me to survive the return of Christ and to bring it all through, maybe they would look at me differently. But that comes from a place of lack. doesn't it? And I'm getting chills all the way up my side when I say that. Okay, so why is a spiritual routine and discipline so important? Because it helps us stay in the here and the now. It helps us set our intentions every day. It helps start our day off in the right energy. Okay, and then we end our day cleansing, and just being grateful. Gratitude is what we should end the day with. Cleansing our energy, making sure we don't go to bed with any muck, and a lot of gratitude. And in the morning, you start your day very strong. Does that mean I need to be perfect and to never have coffee? Every day that you take a step up into healing your body and to taking better care of yourself is a good thing. That's never not a good thing. I used to smoke. I had to quit smoking. I would vape after that to quit smoking, and then I had to quit the vape. Boy, that was harder, because that's what God asked me to do, right? That's part of the return. We have to rise out of bad habits. We have to rise out of our escapisms. We have to be able to sit with a lot of things, and to not get knocked off of a pedestal of love. We do need to be in a space of unconditional love. It's a vibration that we need. And so in order to stay there, it's super important to have a spiritual routine and discipline in that routine. Okay, meaning no matter what, no matter how tired I am that day, I'm going to do it. I'm disciplined. And we can all struggle with discipline, especially when you're in a matrix discipline state and you need to come into a more spiritual one, right? And that's what sets apart those six-pack ab muscular people from some of us, right? They're more disciplined in their routines. Some people are truly disciplined and they can take that to a whole nother level. Okay, but we need to have a spiritual discipline and a spiritual routine and a sanctuary. Your sanctuary is just a space where you go, like in your bedroom or even in a bathroom or somewhere, right? You can have a sanctuary where you take salt baths and you have some candles and you have your crystals. You might not want to wake up and take a salt bath, right? So maybe the bathroom isn't a permanent one, but it could be one. So you can have a few different spaces of a sanctuary. I have quite a vast array of one. I've got some over here. I've got some right here. I go over there. You know what I mean? And then you also want to have one where you can go outside a little bit and be in nature and in peace and calm the mind. Okay, these are sanctuaries. We need to consider, do I have a space to go? Do I have a space where I feel safe, where I feel comfortable being myself, where I feel like I can speak to God and not be judged? Do I have a space where I can cleanse with sage and people won't make me feel less than or cough or anything like that? Do I have a place where I can just be? All right. I actually had a client once. Sorry about that. I had a client once who lived at like a family member's house. They were mobile. And they had said that they can't do a sanctuary. And I said, yes, you can have a traveling one. And so Spirit showed me that, right? You can have a box. Personally, I love cedar. I don't know what it is about cedar, but I love cedar. Or Spirit called me mahogany when I was surviving the twin flame journey and stuff, because my DM didn't. I got to walk in. He said I was mahogany, and I looked that up. It's like the strongest wood you can get. So if I could have a mahogany one, I would be very happy if I needed a traveling box. But some people are on the move a lot. So, there are people who are homeless and live in their vans and things like that. So how do they have a sanctuary? You can absolutely have a traveling one. You can get a box and place your most prized possessions. So your crystals, right? Some crystals in a box. I'm going to still connect us to our heart space and stuff. So I might do it more towards the end of the video. So just bear with me. But you can put some crystals in a box. You can put some incense or a deck of cards, because the tools come through the eye of the beholder. So can tools be dark? If the person using them has a dark heart or ill intent, then yes. Okay, so do I believe in tarot cards and oracle cards? Yeah, I use them all the time. I love doing readings for people. Do I need the cards all the time? No, but I still use them because they help me just be that channel, right? So you can have some of those in your traveling sanctuary spot, some candles, whatever you feel connect you to spirit, whatever helps you be in the moment, in the here and the now. Connect to the energy and the wisdom of the all one, right? Crystals are really good for that. If you don't believe in them, then they're not for you, okay? I do. I've healed with them. I know how powerful they are. Plus, I know when I activated the pyramids, I replaced all crystals from Atlantis underneath them and filled them with Christ light. So those are our energy. So I know crystals are very real. I know they're filled with power and healing energy of the earth and Christ light. Okay. And unless they weren't cleansers. So I believe in them. Make sure it's something you believe in, that you're not mocking or judging. Whatever it is, it's you. Whatever it is that helps you connect to spirit. Okay. There is going to be people who want to throw negativity at it. That's okay. That's because they are not educated in what it really is. Okay. There's witchcraft people. I don't resonate with those terms. So just be you. Okay. Be you and create a safe sanctuary box if you're a traveling person. Okay. Have a little space that's yours. Keep it sacred. It's something that you cherish and you treasure like a baby. Okay. And then in the morning, I want you to spend a little bit of time in a sanctuary meditating, a good 20-30 minutes, just calming the mind and setting your intention for the day and grounding. Okay. That is a very good start in your day. All right. Spend 20 minutes connecting to spirit, calming the mind. This is when you can visualize what you want for the day, manifest, right, for that day. Most important thing I would say is connecting to the heart. Make sure your compass is inward and you are connected to your heart, because these energies are challenging and they can quickly knock us outside of ourselves. Okay. So I am heart-centered. Comment that below. All right. So then throughout your day, I want you to take moments to make sure that you are not getting off a track, keeping your vibration high. If you feel something knocking it down, or you feel thoughts in your head that are not of love, stop, drop, and roll, right? Take a moment, ride the waves of frequency and sound. I've talked about this a lot because they are vibrational. They help you do everything. They help you keep that vibration high. And I did a video on that. You can find that as well. But make sure you're using your day to keep your vibration going and keep your disciplined routine flowing. Okay. So a lot of people say, I don't have time for this. That's because you don't want time for it. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay. There's this matrix routine, and then there's a spiritual one. There's a new earth one. And so if you don't think you have time, then you're not going to have time. If it's something you want to do, you're going to find the time. Right? We create our reality. Okay. So we need to get out of the matrix routine where we don't have time. We're always constantly working. We're always so busy. That is not a healthy state of being. Okay. And we need to get into a space of heart-centered love creation, spiritual routine, and discipline. So you make the time, you create the time, rearrange your schedule. You need to maybe self-reflect on what you're doing and why you're doing it, and if it's making you happy. Is it heart-centered, and so on. Okay. Because you should have time throughout the day to meditate, at least 5, 10, 20 minutes here and there. All right. And there will always try to be distractions. It's all up to you and what you want to conquer. That's the discipline. Okay, so no matter what, the world is going to try to stop you. The shadow, people who have a shadow are going to do it subconsciously. So you need to make sure that no matter what is going on in your day, you are disciplined in your spiritual routine. So you wake up, 20-30 minutes of meditating, connecting to your sanctuary, talking to the crystals, calling in their energy, calling in God, making sure you're heart-centered. Okay. Making sure that you can feel into your body, listening to your body throughout the day, because it's going to tell you things. You know why a lot of people are having physical pains right now, right? Because when true Christ light comes in, it's like almost like feeling like you're getting hit by a Mack truck. Okay. And I already did that. And so everything I've done is now boomeranging into your energy. So when we first did it, it felt like we got hit by a Mack truck. We were all like sick for a day. Our body hurt so bad. Because Christ light energies are very powerful. And if you have any toxins or anything that is outside of Christ light energy, it hurts. Okay. Plus we have to evolve. Our physical forms were made for third dimensional reality, not 7D. So you will feel it. Okay. So the best way to get through all of these symptoms, all of these anythings, is being in your spiritual routine and disciplined in it. So when you're hurting, what do? Is your natural reaction to go grab a pill, or is it to stop and listen to your body? Is there times where we need something? Yeah, there might be, right? But for the most part, if you stop and you tune in and you listen and you pay attention to what's going on within you, because it's your body talking to you, it's your body telling you something. Something's blocked in energy. We are all energy. We are all vibration. Okay. So we need to develop a routine where we don't automatically want to go to the matrix. We most likely want to automatically tune in and listen to spirit and listen to our guides and listen to our body. Okay. And this is the lifestyle people would make fun of. But this is the new earth reality. If you are not spiritually routine, if you're not connected to your heart center and your body, you are not in the new earth, period. All right. You have to be an open channel. Now, I also want you in that routine, grounding and connecting with the earth. Add in God walks. I call them that. Because when you walk on the earth, since God has returned, mind you, God was not here until these last few years when I brought it all back. Okay. So now when you connect to the earth, you are truly connecting to God. Because Christ's light came through the earth. I put it back in the earth, not into mankind, because not everybody can just be receptive. There's too much to release first. So the return of Christ happened to the earth first, and then it's up to you guys to absorb it. This is why I tell everybody, just because DNA activations are here or the light codes are here, does not mean you're receiving it. You have to do your part to make sure you are in a routine, you are in discipline of spirituality. And when you are there, you are open to receiving because you're constantly an open channel. All right. So that includes watching what you put into your body. Okay. Lower vibrational foods, lower your frequency. Animals, eating animals, I don't care right now. It's part of the return of Christ. It's a lower vibrational. There's a karmic kickback. So everything that you put in your body has a frequency. And some of them are matrix frequencies, and some of them are not. And so you need to know, movies to everything you allow your internal voice to tell you and to dictate, all of these things need to be brought into your spiritual discipline and spiritual routine. Making sure you're keeping it of love focus, love from the inside out. Comment below, I am love. Say it, I am love. All right. So I want your routine to be a majority of your flow. I wake up, I connect to spirit. I set my intentions for my day. I call forth what I want. I'll pull a message. What are they telling me for the day? Channel a message. What do they want me to know for today? What do I need to do today? I like to ask spirit that. How many people do that? Spirit, what can I do today to make sure I'm aligned with my highest timeline? To make sure I'm doing what I need to do? Because it's about co-creating. You can't know everything. Okay, that's your ego. Your ego is going to tell you that you've got this. You already know everything. You're already in the new earth, and that's a lie. Okay, it's a lie because the return of Christ is a path. It's not you have to work into it. Okay, you have to heal, you have to release, you have to clear all karma. So you have work to do. All right. So that's what you should be focusing on every day is how can I make sure I'm connecting to spirit? And if I never have before, I need to start doing that. How can I up my game in connecting to spirit? Right? Like, how can I make sure my heart is open? If we focus into our heart space a lot, do that in the morning. In your spiritual routine, make sure you wake up and connect with your heart space, ground into the earth, set your intention for the day. You can write it, you can say it out loud, give thanks to God afterwards, call in what you wish to manifest, and set your bubble of protection and make sure you're grounded. That should be your morning routine. 20-30 minutes, meditation, calming. Okay, and then you can go have some coffee, go have some water. Make sure you have water too. All right. And then go about some of your other routine. And then throughout the day, make sure you're heart centered, make sure you're following those heart nudges because we have to. It's a co-creative reality. Heart centered. I am heart centered. I am love. And make sure no matter what is coming at you, you choose love, you see love, you feel love, you navigate through love. Connect to the earth throughout the day as much as you can. Calm the mind, tune into the body, see how the feelings are going, see how the energy is going, meditate, ask spirit for guidance throughout your day. This is how you remain in a connected state. Okay. Use the frequencies of sound and vibration to continue raising your vibration and riding the waves all day long. Then in the end of the day, and also joy, your work, but you need joy. We need more of a balance. Okay. Then in the end of the day, to end your day, I want you cleansing your energy. This is not where we're going to manifest as much at night. I want you cleansing your energy and giving gratitude, giving thanks to all the messages, giving thanks to all the opportunities that arose that day, giving thanks for any of the beauty or the miracles that occurred that day, giving thanks even for making it through a day, whatever it is you want to give thanks for. Make sure you're doing that at night, cleansing your energy, being grounded and meditating again, calming the mind. Okay, especially if you have sleep issues, this should be something you should do every day. You want to clear the muck and the yuck, you want to calm the mind, and you want to give lots of gratitude right before bed. Okay, you do this enough, you're going to start to really vibrate that love. And then again, the next day, again, same thing. You want to have this routine. It's super necessary right now. Okay. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're staying disciplined no matter what comes up. It's an excuse. You are responsible for your time. You are the creator of your time constraints. You are the creator of your freedom of time. You are the creator of everything that is happening to you and through you. So the only excuse is the excuse you allow to dictate your reality. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, there's no excuses. There is no excuses other than I need to remain disciplined and spiritual. Anything that arises is going to be a shadow component trying to keep you from that. So don't let it. Okay, it's up to you. And the more you do this, the more you connect with spirit, the more you calm the mind, the more you're that clear channel, the more your heart is open. Then when those activations come through, you're right on them. You'll be ready. Okay. Now within that routine, there will be things you have to do, releasing, healing. It's a constant. Sometimes there's times to just love the self. All right. That's a whole different thing. So this is how you have a spiritual routine and be disciplined in it. People who have those 6-pack abs and really get disciplined into something, they don't let anything stop them. They do not accept excuses. Find that passion, find that gusto, because these are the keys into the new earth. And this is the message for this week ahead. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards here, but really quick, I'm going to definitely connect us to our heart space because I said I would. I've kind of cleansed with the black sage. I'm just going to start to cleanse the energy completely. I'm going to remove any cords and any connections that drain our energy. Excuse me. No, I burp when I connect. This is Angel Aura Pink Amethyst. And I'm just going to use this to, I can feel this in the crown and the third eye. So let's just open our energy, shall we? And I want you to comment, I am heart-centered. Let's keep our comments positive and in the high vibrational state and to show love. Okay. Create your reality. What you comment under my videos, especially important to note that. Okay. That's why I get really big about don't do anything judgmental or negative in the comments of the videos, because if what I did is really what I say I did, then you need to know that what you put towards me and the work that we've done here, it will create your reality. Okay, so you do that anyways, but it's like heightened. So use those comments to your advantage. I am love. I am heart-centered. I am creator. I am rising. I am ascending. Whatever you want to do. If there's a fear, go the opposite of that and comment positive that you already have it solved. Okay. So I'm really feeling this one in my head. So I'm just kind of focusing in on that. I'm drawing some beautiful energy here. Okay. And now I'm just going to draw this beautiful light from the heavens above, coming down, down, down into our crown, into the third eye. I'm going to set aside any muck that blocks the light. And I'm bringing a little bit of sunlight in with it, right to the heart space, right down to the heart space. Making sure your compass is inward to your heart. So just take your focus. You don't have to close your eyes or anything. Just take your focus to your chest. I want you to feel into your chest. Breathe into your chest. And breathe out. Some of these energies can be quite difficult. They can be challenging. And what will help you is this spiritual discipline and a spiritual routine. Okay, not a matrix one. It has to be spiritual. It has to be connecting to the heart center and to God. So every day, connect to that heart center throughout the day. Use your 5-minute intervals, 10-minute meditations to just connect to your heart. Just take your focus down into your heart, into your chest, and expand it out. Keep doing that. As I'm putting this beautiful white flame, I'm making sure it's lit and active in your heart center. Making sure it's cleared of any debris and allowing that white flame to help continue to clear any debris from the heart space. Excuse me. So they want me to give a little light activation here with the language. So right into the heart center, I'm going to light activate. And just take a moment, breathe into that chest and breathe out. Now, how many times in the day can you do that? As many as you need. There's no excuses. There's none. You will create your reality. If you want something, you will make it happen. I know this. Okay. So I don't want to hear, I don't have time. I don't want to hear you're living in the matrix if that's the case, because we need to be slowing down more and more and more right now. Okay. So just truly, if we live from the heart center, that's the new earth. So you need to heal everything that blocks you from doing that. All the shackles, all the everything. I'm going to tell you, nobody's perfect. You don't just get there and stay there, right? You don't get a high vibration and just keep it. You have to maintain it, right? You don't become awakened and just stay there. You can close it down. You have to maintain that connection. You need to maintain the openness. You need to maintain the path of heart-centered. Okay. Whatever that means for you, maintain the path of heart-centeredness. And it's so important. Whenever you find this video is timeless, so it's so important to get your spiritual routine disciplined. You can have a traveling sanctuary. It doesn't have to be a permanent location. It can be a traveling one. Something that's very important to you. A few things in there, you know, a little notebook and pen I would recommend, maybe a little candle, little incense or sage, just little things. Okay, just a little shoebox would be perfect if that's what you need to do. Okay. And sometimes I will take like a little sanctuary out into nature with me, just so I can do it in nature, just so I can upgrade my modality, my tools, right? Cleanse my crystals in the earth. I do that. Maybe not as much now as I used to. In this last year, the twin flame thing really has shifted, and it's made me very sad. And I need to change that. I can't let that happen in me no matter what, right? So I'm the one who can change that. All right, so let's see what the cards have to say for this week ahead. Now, again, whenever you find this, it's timeless. But this week is of June 3rd. All right, Spirit, what do we mean? Because they're saying Spirit. Clear the energy they're saying. One more. All right, so yes. Now, this is a path that others aren't going to relate to you on, by the way. You're going to get a lot of backlash. because it's people's shadows. It's the shadow. Okay. It's not meant to be a collective codependent thing. You are meant to tune in and be yourself more and more and more. Okay. We connect with each other on the inside. We help each other heal by healing ourselves. And so that's not a narcissistic thing to do. Okay. These are why words can really hurt our world. So you need to understand that you are on an unmarked trail. Okay. Revelation. See how all these rocks are in balance and harmony? When you get there, when your internal world is in balance and harmony and the light can shine through, then you will have revelation. This is a trail that can't occur on the outside. It has to occur on the inside. Okay, so every decision you make, every time you tune in, changes your reality. That's the new earth. Okay, so this is an unmarked trail, meaning you can't be codependent in it. You can't wait for somebody else to do it with you or to be there for you. You have to take the power and do it yourself. Okay. As we rise, we separate for a reason because our vibrations don't match anymore. All right. Not to mention there's some things you have to do on your own because other energies can make you see not clearly. So an unmarked trail getting revelation talks about your energies aligned and in balance, and you can see clearly. You will have clear insight. Okay. We need to replenish, empty well. And I've been feeling this big time, so much. It's like, I wish a lot of things. But it is what it is. The only thing I can do is deal with me. So I need to make sure my well is full, and I need to do that big time. Remember, the universe is our partner. The universe is our partner. It's not our enemy. It's here to help us. We just have to allow it because nothing happens to you, only through you. Okay. Keep everything in a beginner's mind. This is important because you're going to think you know. You're going to think you understand. You're going to think you know what the return of Christ should have been. You're going to think you know what all of these things should be. And that's your ego mind. And it's going to block you from what is. So the more you can look at everything from a hollow bone, like I don't need to bring the past forward. And that's hard. I need to come from this moment only. Okay. Beginner's mind. Everything's like a reset. I need to let everything else go and just start all over. I'm new to everything. Like when we're a baby, we're just that sponge, and that's where we need to be. Okay. No expectations. Kind of not, aware of what might be coming. It just is. All right. Replenish, fill your well, trust in the universe. It has your back. It is your partner of creation, co-creation. Everything should not be known. You don't know everything. You need to accept that and be comfortable in that, and be clear and balanced. And that is where you will have revelation. That is where you will be able to see clearly, not on what your friends are doing or what they think of this or it has to be an internal journey. Because when you change, they'll have the same permission and energy to do the same. Okay. So that's kind of the information for this week ahead. Make sure that you are in a beginner state of mind. Okay. Replenish your well. Fill your well with lots of love, lots of self-love. Oh gosh, is that difficult sometimes. Trust me. To bring the return of Christ and have people treat it the way they have leaves me feeling so empty, especially with the DM. It leaves me feeling extremely empty. So it's my responsibility, because I can't expect you all to see the truth yet, because the hearts aren't open enough. Okay. It's my responsibility to make sure that I don't feel empty. I can't expect anybody else to do that for me. Do you understand? And the universe is your partner. It's here to help you. Being in your own power. All right. Very important for this week. Make sure you're in spiritual routine and discipline and spirituality. Nothing should stop you from those moments, from taking every opportunity you have to clear the mind and connect, to raise your vibration, to stay connected. Okay. To stay in that flow. Don't let anything stop you. Create it and stay with it. Morning time, set intent, connect, ground throughout the day. Evening time, clear the energy, be grateful, gratitude. Making sure your chakras are open, your energy is open. Listen inward more than you listen outward first. All right. Super important. Enjoy those 13 days. They're almost over. So much love, you guys. Have a great week ahead. I'll see you next time.